Good morning, everyone. I have such a crazy day ahead that I wanted to make sure I got on early and talk about what happens when you finally find the formula that works to drive traffic to you and your offer is of high value to somebody. So that sounds simple, but it actually is a ton of moving parts, right? So what is your way of getting out into the world consistently with what you do? In that consistency of communication, are you in the right places of making sure your ideal client hangs out there or has the potential to find you there? And then is your messaging right? Are you actually getting through to people with what you do, how you do it, and how you can reduce their pain with your service, right? It's a fine formula that takes consistency, trial and error sometimes. But what happens is you actually wake up in the morning and you have people reaching out to you, you have consultations on your calendar, and that's what happens when you finally get that combination right, right? Driving consistent traffic to you by being in the places where your ideal client hangs out and they are there consistently, making sure your messaging is hitting their pain points, and then coming up with a really high value offer that ends up being irresistible to somebody on the day they see it when they're feeling like they need some help. So this is a balance that you really need to strike, and it all starts with your messaging, figuring out who your ideal client is, and then where do they hang out, and then how can you authentically be there on a regular basis. And that is not the same formula for everyone. I mean, in some coaching programs, it is kind of cookie cutter. This is what you are always do. Hi, Darlene. But in my coaching programs, I try to work with each individual personality. Like, how are you comfortable putting yourself out there on a consistent basis? So it does take pushing yourself outside of your comfort zone often. So it's not like I'm going to go, oh, you're happy just staying behind your computer and writing all the time. I may push you a little further out there so you can reach your ideal client on a consistent basis. But what is your irresistible offer? So how do you get traffic to you consistently? And then what is your irresistible offer that hits their pain points? So make sure you get on my calendar if you're still struggling. I coach coaches, online entrepreneurs, and interior designers, right? We're all very creative. So I always say I coach creative entrepreneurs, and it's really important. I put a link in the comments here. So if you're still struggling, I have an irresistible offer, right? $97 is in a reduction, a huge reduction off of my hourly rate, and that's there for you to use. In that hour, you'll get a huge amount of value where it will kick you over to action and starting moving you in the right direction. So I keep that offer out there all the time. I haven't pulled it back yet. Don't have any plans to right now, but at the same time, the longer you wait, the longer you sit in front of your computer some days and go, what am I actually doing today? Like, what should I do? What can I do to drive traffic to me? How can I get out there in front of my ideal client? And what kind of offer can I make that is, something everybody wants? So these are all the things we work on, and the things I work on every day. I have found my magic offer, so to speak, the one that drives traffic to me consistently. And I do that in many different ways that are authentic to me. So what is your way? If you need help figuring that out, get on my calendar or throw some comments in here. I'm very willing to, give you some feedback here. Just make sure you tag me so that I know, because there's a lot of comments in here and sometimes I can't keep up. So anyway, busy day ahead. I have multiple clients. I have multiple new consults, and I have a webinar for the Interior Design Society virtual chapter. For those of you who don't know, I'm the president of the IDS, Interior Design Society virtual chapter, and we're putting on an educational event with the Sustainable Furnishings Council today. So I'm excited, long day, and I will talk to you guys tomorrow. Bye.